So this is the no-tilled sorghum. This is the field I talked about on the previous video that I'm thinking about putting all into sorghum next year. This is about 8 acres total here. This whole field, there's about 13, I think, and it's split up right now. This is into hay still. This is into sorghum. This was no-tilled. I think this is about 8 acres here, sorghum. Now see, this spot here is about where I want to cut it. It's probably up, up to my waist, which is all right, good. I'd cut it if it was like that all the way through, but I don't think it is. It's grown maybe up to my waist there, I guess, but I see some red like this here. If anybody knows what that is on the leaves, just on the tips of the leaves. It is dry. Here's a better shot of it. If we get some rain, you can kind of see it throughout the field here. The red on the end of the leaves. Get some rain, this stuff should shoot up and be ready to cut. Now, part of this field here is this side over here is that BMR, same stuff that was at home, and this side over here, it's split kind of, is just a regular sorghum, not BMR, or not a hybrid or nothing. What I did with this field is kind of different. I planned on stopping right about in here's where I'm standing, and where I planned on cutting the field off, because as this whole field was all hay, I no-tilled this sorghum in and just sprayed it before the sorghum was up with Roundup and killed everything. Now, if I was gonna do it again, I would spray it once, make sure I got a kill, give it some time, maybe like a month before I planted, and then no-tilled it, spray again, because this was up here pretty tall when I sprayed it, and I don't think I got a kill, but not as good a kill. You can see grass coming in. But anyways, this whole thing was into sorghum, or into hay, and this whole back here, from basically where the sorghum starts all the way up and back up in there, it gets real sandy, and you can see it in the sorghum too. It was all weeds basically. I mean, I'll already get, with the sorghum that's here, I'm already gonna get more off it than I would of hay. So it was definitely worth it doing. I'm paying rent on it, I might as well get something out of it. But anyways, what I was saying was, I planned on cutting the field off right in here. I planted this way, and I did my headlands this way, but I still had quite a bit of seed, so I just kept planting back and forth this way till I basically ran out of seed. So that's why some of it's planted this way, and then the majority of the field's planted this way. So that's kind of why there. We need some rain for this stuff to be ready to cut anytime soon. Look at that one, there's quite a, I don't know if that's possibly like vomitoxin or something in it, because we're so dry. Or what? See, this plant here's got it. Not sure, but it's definitely got some growing to do. We get some rain, if, then possibly next weekend this might be ready to cut, but this is gonna be a little while before this is ready. I'm definitely just gonna get one cutting off of this. Right in here where I'm at, it's about knee high. First spot I stopped was about up to my hip, but majority of this majority of all this here in the back, the majority of the field is shit less than halfway between my knee and the ground. Looks like there's some spots that it's a little higher and greener, but she's got some time. Now, part of the reason probably being I never put any fertilizer on this, and I never spread any manure. So definitely if I was gonna do it again, and I plan on doing it next year, if I like the feed that I get off it, is fertilize it with what, probably triple 19, be my guess. But my plan was to wait till it pops up out of the ground and then fertilize it. But by that time I was already into haying. I knew I was going to have quite a bit of feed, and I didn't need the feed. I need the feed. The feed's always nice, don't get me wrong. I'm happy I'm in the situation I am, that I have plenty of feed. I could always buy more cattle, which is an option too, but I just didn't see the need to spend the money on the fertilizer to try and push this when I didn't absolutely need 2 good cuttings off it. So, but that's something I won't do next time, and I'll definitely fertilize it. I just don't like putting back into the ground. I don't like that. Sometimes you have to cut corners when you can. Yeah, this spot I'm standing here is up about my hip, but that's the tallest spot in this field. So this will be a little while. Instead, if we get some rain, maybe next, well, not next week, but after Labor Day, sometime in September, that'll be getting cut. That's for sure. And if we get close to, regardless, it's gonna get cut. It's either gonna get cut at the height that I want it to, or it's gonna get cut once I start fearing frost is coming. So, I got 7. I had a call come in. I got 17 bales off of here, off the hay field. I think there's, well, probably 5 acres of hay here. But it's just not producing what it should be. So that's why it's gonna get worked up and put into sorghum, and then probably seed it back, the whole thing down into hay. But I need to get these bales off the field, get them home. So, always something to do. So yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on that sorghum and keep an eye on the other second cutting on the other field at home, and we'll go from there. So alrighty, well, we'll talk to you guys later.